Alright guys, we're playing some Renekton top lane. We're playing Renekton versus Darius, and what we're running this game is Conquer, Triumph, Alacrity, Last Stand. We specifically have Demolish for the laning phase, a Snowball, and then we're also specifically running Second Wind here instead of the Bone Plate. Now this game, I'm going to show how to carry, how to 1v9 Renekton. I'm going to have a good time because Renekton is in a really good spot right now. Actually, such a solid top laner because you can counter so many champions with it. This one though, bit of a challenge. Darius matchup, you gotta be very careful. His all-in is incredibly strong. Nice. Might be able to avoid the Q, possibly. Okay, we'll take some damage, hit the Q. There you go, that's better. I hit the Q afterwards for the slight healing. Not too bad. Dodging off the Q from Darius too. This matchup heavily comes down to like how well you can dodge the Q from Darius, but also how well you can use the waves to your advantage. Unfortunately, the push is a little bit too hard, so it actually freezes right here. We have my jungler pathing top lane, and I'm pretty sure that Viego is also pathing top. We'll hit level 3. I'm making sure we stack this up. Alright. If we can only get like one combo off, that's very much all it takes. Yeah, he's following up the Q afterwards. I need to use my potion. If I don't use potion right now, I'm going to be struggling just for a little. Not too bad. Walk away. Thinking about moving back forward, but that would be a bad idea. I'm gonna keep the Fury up. So I definitely suspect that my that the enemy jungle will be here soon in just a second. Ooh, there he is. He's here way sooner than I thought, actually. Okay. So we have like a very important choice to make right now. We can either decide to like stay in this lane right now and then like stay up there with 465 HP, which is just not the right approach, right? Or we can decide that we just back off, we buy longsword, we come back stronger, and we're getting back to full HP. This is a better choice. I'm gonna show you what I mean. Like right now, as of currently, the wave is bouncing my direction. On top of that, I have my Zac currently on this jungle camp. So there's no wards at all. 0 wards. If Zac comes in right now, we can probably get a very clean kill. Let's hold it. I'm going to drag it to the left side. Seems like Darius does not even care. Because I think he might know. He might be aware of my jungler. Alright. That's a win for me. Because like the wave is so big right now that it's killing off my wave. And because of it, we're going to get like a very big XP lead against Darius. And that's going to further expand my laning phase. Nice. We make sure to keep on freezing. Hopefully now we can also stack up the Fury just a little. Nice. This is like a really good position to be in. The thing that would make it even better is if... Oh, nice. I'm going to keep Ignite. Might not be too happy here because he's actually getting away with it. That's a little bit upsetting, I would say. There's not much more I can do. He's farming under a tower. I need to push this upcoming wave. Yeah, this time I have to ignite. Yeah, there you go. You see the power of resetting at proper times, right? This is one of the most important things that you can do in top lane. Alright, let's get back. I say this over and over, guys. You should, like, what people don't understand, like, a lot of people, they see overextending as in, like, staying in the lane as long as possible and overstaying for whatever reason to take a plating or take the wave, right? But you know what's also overstaying is when you're like 300 HP and you're standing right here and the wave is up there and you're staying around. That's also considered overextending. And that's like something that like 90% of all top laners do right now. Like in the lower to mid elo, there's a lot of people who do this wrong. You need to understand that part too. Overstaying with low HP is not a good idea. Backing at the right specific timing is so much better. Because it pays off right now, as you can see. I don't know where he went, so I'm just spam pinging 2 million times. Want to let my mid laner be aware of where he's going. So it turns out he's actually up here. Nice. Got the Fury ready. Darius level 6 is incredibly strong. You better not underestimate it. Let's see. I want to try and hit like a full combo with the maximum Fury, so we're still stacking up here. We'll be stacking up for a while. Nice. Fury is fully stacked. We have about 100 right now. 100 Fury is just really good because one combo gets your opponent down really far. And maximum Fury allows you to take over the lane for yourself too, which means that you can stack waves for free. Darius can't walk into me. He will 100% lose because the wave will wreck him. The Fury will wreck him. There's a lot of things that will wreck him right now. And on top of that, we have a Zac, which is basically ready. Okay, they'll push in. Now, here comes the biggest secret of top lane, right? So now we stacked the entire wave. You get it under tower. Ooh, we can get a plate. Doesn't clean it. Okay, nice. That's even better. So if you stack waves, guys, it pays off by itself because you can get plates, you can backport, get more items. There's so many ways, a variety of ways to like get leads playing like that. Stacking waves is the best thing you can do in top lane because this is actually what gets you a lead in some way or another. So be aware about that, guys. We're not going to play too aggressive right now. We do have Zac up here. Maybe a good jump will do. Not the best dash because I wasted my Fury. I think we can probably dive. I'm going to ping again for diving this time. I have Ignite ready. I have Iron Spike. Everything is ready and set. So all we have to do is just get one really nice Zac jump and that's it. There you go. And now we take this one. Renekton is so good for jungle ganks too because you have a direct like dash and stun, which is incredibly OP. It's super easy to let a jungler get kills in lane or whatever. If you get a gank, you just completely stun them forever. There you go. Now we go back. And we're gonna go for the this item. Now here is the next item. So what most people do on Renekton is they will eventually go into a Black Cleaver or Death Stance or even Aesthetics Gauge. These items are all really solid and I definitely recommend those. But what I would also recommend a lot on Renekton is probably not something you'll expect right now, but it's actually Blade of the Rune King. This item, once you build it, you can 1v1 anybody in the game once you hit your W and the full combo. Your damage is beyond ridiculous. Like you can really get someone down to like 30% HP if they're really tanky with Blade. And if they don't have any tanky items, you'll just wreck them instantly. It's such an OP item, man. Anyone that plays Renekton and have built this before, everybody, you guys know what I'm talking about. So yeah, we're going to be building that right now because Blade into Darius is the best thing, as you can just burst him before he can hit the 5 stacks on you. Let's get the... Let's slow push this wave. If we force this wave right now, then we will basically give him free farm because there's nothing that I could do, right? There's nothing that I could do once he's like farming under tower or something like that. Okay. I didn't want to press my R actually. Wish I didn't have to. I'm not using the Fury right now. Not doing it. The Fury is super important right now. If I use the Fury right now, he can basically walk back and just start farming. I'm gonna let the cannon go down so that Darius will not get the XP for the cannon. Nice. And we keep letting the tower take the wave down. Because the more last hits that go down, the less XP Darius will have. And it's going to push me further and further and further ahead. Now we got it. So we made him lose as much farm as possible. Now we got to be really careful about all-inning. I have no ultimate. I have no ignite. We don't have proper vision on everybody. So we are going to walk in, but I got to be careful. Walk away. You saw what Darius wanted, right? Right as we speak about it, this Darius knows that he's stronger and he's trying to look for the all-in. So I just played it safe. I don't choose to fight him like that, obviously. Now we have that one. Into that one. And let's walk back. So you probably didn't notice. I'm assuming you guys did probably. We have no boots yet. We don't have steel caps yet. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be okay. We don't need boots right now. We can just crush Darius. If we get ganked by Viego, it doesn't matter. Look, we're gonna have a very easy time right now. Let's push it. Nice. Dash across. I don't care using the Fury right now. That does not matter to me. There could be a jungler. Yep, there is a jungler, in fact. So again, I'm not gonna dash into a Darius and hope it's gonna work. Instead, I'm gonna stack my Fury up. I'll get as much Fury as possible. And then we look for fights. You gotta be very cautious about how you play the fight out against Darius. Because Darius has so much all-in potential, right? Okay. We place a ward down, crunch a ward. There you go. Back to lane. And we take the wave again. Same way like before. I am just going to stack the Fury. So I Q early, so I keep the Fury. Keep that one. Okay, on to the second game. Alright guys, welcome back to the second game. This time we're playing Renekton versus Ajax. And what we have is same setup. We got Conquer, Triumph, Alacrity, Last Stand, Demolish. However, this time we're running Bone Plating instead of Second Wind because Jax is like mostly auto-based. You gotta have Bone Plating in this one. Definitely, you can't go wrong. Okay, let's take that shove here. I'll take the instant Q rather than auto attacking first because I believe that he's running Counter Strike as level 1. Nice, several Qs. So very much like normally with Jax, gotta be careful with it. If you're playing Renekton, it's like slightly different because you shove lane plus go for trades as well. Nice. Oh, I should have taken it. Okay. There you go. I should have last hit the wave actually. I could have had level 2 slightly faster if I went for that stuff. I kept running backwards in the hope that the wave would actually wreck the last hit, but it didn't. It actually didn't happen. Well, I'm afraid we might have to walk back here. Yeah. Alright, so first things first. We're going to be going with the exact same setup like we've done before, which means that we are basically building into the into this one and then into the blade. And then after blade, it becomes very situational. It's going to be based off of like how fed they are. It's probably going to be a dead stance or hole breaker. That's what I'm always thinking towards. All right. Might actually place a control word down Trial Bush. Not yet. Want to see where Zach's pathing to. Place a ward down. The problem right now is that we're level 3. I mean level 2. Because so we did get a kill before, but he's been letting the wave push ever since. Smart one. This one's going to be a tough one. So we did get a kill before, but the wave was in an incorrect position. Teleport has been very useful right here. Would be nice if I can hit level 3. Wow, he's trying to force so hard. Too bad. I was hoping that this would go through, but he obviously counter strikes it. All right. He might get a kill actually. Oh, too bad it didn't. Try to stack the Fury up. Definitely not gonna allow him to go for that reset. If we allow him to reset right now, he will come back with more items and it's gonna mess up my lane. Stack the Fury. If the Fury is on maximum, absolute maximum, and I hit my Q, it's gonna do ridiculous damage and it's gonna heal me on top of that. So... Oh, nice. Okay. Seems like we already have a kill here. And the wave is like pushing into him. Nice. Let's go back. Okay, so first things first, we are directly going specifically into pickaxe. Now, for optimal trades, it would be very good if we build into this item. But the only thing preventing me from actually buying it is the fact that I already have the longsword. I already bought it, which means if I have like 10 AD from the longsword, I build into this one, I get 15 AD. But since I already have 10, I only gain an additional 5, right? And then the effect and 200 HP on top of that. I prefer having pickaxe for that value because this item is way harder to get and it's also 25 AD, so I gain way more damage, so it's more efficient for my gold than the other item would be. Good trades. It's got that level 6 already. I see what he's doing. Well, I'm not going to use my secondary one. Heal up a little bit. Seems like nobody's up here. It's not going to make it through. I need to shove this one because he's looking to reset. Okay. We must cancel it. There's not a chance that he can backport. I could have killed him right there, bro. That is upsetting. He messed up big time. Too bad. I could have completely won the entire laning phase in one go right now. At least we get like one plate, so it's not that bad. Okay, so now in order to have the most optimal trades, it's better if we specifically go this one rather than going into the Iron Spike. Because even though Iron Spike is great as it combos like together with my W and everything, for the same value, it's better if I go this one because I get more healing out of it. And that's more valuable than the AoE damage would be I get the same amount of damage too. So it's about, in terms of numbers, it's not making the super big difference, but I prefer the healing. Okay. And he's getting out. Well, let's try, buddy. There you go. Problem solved. I'm gonna take the wave instant, and perhaps maybe we can also go for a dive. There you go. Now we go for the Iron Spike. Alright, on top of that, we can go for the Ruby. Can't exactly stay for the plating as much as I'd like to. It's unfortunately not possible because Jax will literally wreck me if I go in. Also, this Jax is going for Warden's Mail. That's very surprising to see a Jax going Warden's Mail, especially because we're having a Kayle in mid. And also we have an Amumu support. It's very interesting that this guy's going Warden's Mail. Okay. It's not something you typically see. I'm gonna try and build my Fury. Nice. Instead of like putting the lane into a slow push, I'm going to make sure we freeze right now, because it's very likely that Jax is trying to rotate mid lane or is trying to go for a jungle camp. If that's the case, I win, because the wave is more valuable than the jungle camp. And if he were to roam mid lane and it fails, I win even harder. So the whole wave went down, which means I have a very solid lead right now. Looking good. I have Zakra on top side, got a Dream Jungler. I think he might maybe make it out. Got him. There you go. Now we gotta make sure we push the next one. I think teleport. I use teleport. This is looking very good right now. Nice. I'm keeping the Fury. Fury is very useful right here. And we instantly back. There you go. Now I got my item. Next thing we do is longsword into... I'll just keep it. My laning is officially over. Like, we're going to be dominating the laning phase right now. There's not a single chance on earth where Jax could actually beat me at the moment. My lead has been expanding so much. In terms of like XP, we're still not ahead of him. We're still both equally level 8. But I have such a big lead in terms of gold. Also in terms of items, because he's going Warden's Mail. It's looking really good right now. Okay. I'm thinking... Wait, we can just keep going. I love all the Zag ganks this game. Absolutely fantastic. I'm already winning lane very hard, but I always appreciate the Zag ganks. Like, it just makes me win even harder. In an easier way. Nice. Let's go for the final plating, which will push my lead even more. There you go. There's only one guy showing on the map at the moment. And we got it. Pretty much. Okay. And we're good to go, because now I can start building into Blade. And I can also start building into his steel caps. Let's go ahead. I want to go into this one and then into Steel caps, there you go. Now, I prioritize steel caps way more than the last game because in this game we're running into a Jax. They have 2 champions in their team comp, which are all auto-based, right? So Vayne is like mostly auto-tech based with true damage as well, like a part of it. And Jax is also like, he relies on auto-attacks. So if I build steel caps, I win even harder. It's gonna be a really good rotation. We're about to get like 10 million kills. Let's go. For real? Hey, it's gonna get out. That's so disappointing. Wow, I got completely kited. I actually couldn't hit anything. That's the most disappointing fight I've ever played. That was going to be such a clean fight. I was trying to hit my Q in like the center of both, so I can hit like the most. But even that failed. Wow. That's a disappointing fight, I'm not gonna lie to you. That should have been a very clean fight. It's going to be a difficult game right now. This Vayne is like 5 kills. That's the only problem when you play Renekton. If you're playing against a Vayne who's uncatchable, it's going to get very difficult. I don't think that he's going to die. My W... Oh, okay, he's got Ghost away. I'm getting ganked. He's gonna die too. The Vayne is still missing. There's not much you can do. I got R available. I hope that Zach's gonna get both, actually. Only getting about 1. I am not the most happy with how things are going. Laning phase-wise, everything was going perfectly, but the one thing that scares me off this game is currently Vayne. I think that it's gonna be a disaster of a game. I feel like it is. We got a nice scaling team comp, but Vayne is so fed right now. I don't care much about this guy or this guy. They both don't really matter to me. But I'm slightly worried about this Vayne. Alright, cool. So my teammates are still winning at the end of the day. That's actually kind of surprising considering my AD carry is 0 and 2, bro. And like, what is the enemy team? 5 and 0 Vayne. They just messed up really hard then. Alright, let's go. I don't mind 1v2ing again, actually. I can 1v2 them very easily. I kite backwards on purpose. Alright, he's gonna die. There you go. Well, I can buy Blade of the Rune King right now. It is time that we're going to become even stronger. Because the Blade is gonna push my... it's gonna push my lead so much more. Seems like this guy is trying everything at all costs to prevent me from backing, so I just walk back. I'm not gonna waste my time trying to back when it doesn't work. I think that my next item will likely become a death stance because I just need to get more armor. I also need to get more, slightly more ability, haste, and damage. And that stance will give me the ability to survive longer, while also just giving me more damage. Everything I need in one item. Oh, nice. It went to him actually. Not too proud. I was almost inside reach. But yeah, we're very much getting kited down. I am not too proud of the situation because I do have max fury, but it's gonna slowly decay. I hope I'm gonna make it in time because I can just Q through the wave and probably get away with it. Yeah, there you go. Not really the most helpful to have the support taking every one of them, but at least the Jax doesn't work that much. So that's okay. We need to get like another one. Vayne is currently in mid. Can definitely take another. Alright. No, someone could be here, but I don't really care if it happens. If Vayne is mid lane, I can fight anyone else. Doesn't matter to me. I'm gonna get this one. More damage that way. If I go only for a Warhammer, I get 25. If I go for pickaxe into a longsword, I get 35 AD instead of 25. So I have less ability haste, but I get more damage in return. I prefer more damage on the Renekton above going for the ability haste. Let's go. Next one. Okay. Vayne is missing. She can technically be top lane right now. Just checking to make sure that's not the case. Okay, she is here. Gotta make sure I walk away. I'm not interested in fighting. Seems like Jax is in bot lane. Would be better if I were bot lane versus him. At the same time, it doesn't matter too much. Okay, got absolutely wrecked. Unfortunately. So I have Blade. I can, in theory, I can flash on this Ahri and just like kill her immediately. But you, one thing you need for that is to have maximum amount of fury. The more fury you have, the better it is. I did not expect that I would die against these two, to be honest. I can easily 1v2 them both, but I've accidentally taken too much damage. Okay, let's retry. Drake spawns in 2 seconds. Well, we might get something here. Ah, he's gonna get away. What an upsetting game. Fantastic laning phase, mid game good to some extent, and now it's just turning directions very quickly. I'm not happy with the mid lane game. We have a long way to go because KO is like nowhere level 16 yet. Oh. I actually think that KO could have won this if he kept going. I don't think that he realized that Jax is so weak. Alright, let's go. Drake is still there, by the way. I think it's probably taken. It's very likely that it is. Yeah. Again, they're all together. I'll just give it to him, I don't mind. Double buff. That's a 2-level difference. The 2-level difference makes a pretty big difference. Okay, good catch. I'm gonna keep on pushing. Enemy team is still making a lot of mistakes. I still feel like it's gonna. I feel like it's still gonna be a win. Would like to keep going. Now I have a hard choice to make because we don't have a lot of vision right now. It's very hard to make a choice like this. We don't see them anywhere. We have 0 wards on this map. If I go back, I can't buy anything. If I stay, I'll risk something. Let's see. So they show both. Now I can move forward. Okay. Red buff will spawn, but I can't take the red buff that easily. Jax is actually in bot lane, which means that the next team fight right now is actually going to be a win. Well, too bad, I guess. This team fight should be winnable if it happens. Because one guy is in bot lane. Like, unless Jax is going to teleport. Okay, we gotta rotate now. We can't just let Jax just push it all the way through. Because then we start losing farm as well. That's even worse. It should be here. Yep. He walked away. Assuming he... Oh, yes, he was in the brush. So he was trying to outplay my jungler. Well, got my item. And the wave is like pushing... Oh, I'm getting ganked, don't I? I don't know what that means. Super random. Garen does not beat me right now. Oh. Nice. Well, I gotta move back. It's better if I move back and stay alive and then being able to like push another lane as the even when the team fight keeps going rather than going all in and then dying to it afterwards, right? That's never a good plan. You should always try and escape with like a little bit of HP left because then you can keep on farming, you can keep creating more and more leads to expand the, your lead, right? Always better choice. Like there are certain exceptions, but those are like very unlikely. Usually the only thing you want to do is expand your lead in like one way or another. It's always the better choice. Let's go back here. So the next item we buy, I'm thinking towards the direction of going Spear Shojin as we are having a lot of damage already. And Spear Shojin also makes us more tanky as well. in every single way. Also works pretty well with my Q. It's definitely worth mentioning too. Seems like you can just take the ones. He takes that buff, sure. Seems like another team fight's about to break out. Oh, flashed away. Very well done. Ooh, so we might still catch. So it seems like my play worked after all. And we got the Garen too. Nice. This game is going the absolute right direction. I'm liking it. I'm so glad I did that combo before. Actually makes a big difference. Got the jungle camps now. There's nothing here. Two people are dead. So we can just force Baron. Garen is dead. Jax is dead for 35. If they try and oh, nice! This guy is apparently bot lane. Okay, GG. This Baron is definitely gone. I'm gonna stack my Fury. Nice. And 100% Fury. Let's see if we can do something. Oh man, I'm glad once we have so much. Like 100 Fury is the best, like the absolute best if you want to maximize damage. Let's look. We have Warhammer right now. Hey, seems like a team fight's about to happen. Okay. Oh, Afali is getting wrecked. It's good that Afali jumps out. We have the Kale teleport if needed for whatever reason. One dash on Vayne is all it takes. Yeah, GG. Oh, we'll tank tower, no problem. Smart play from Garen to actually do this stuff, like as in like farming when the wave is like approaching. Smart one. Because we could have taken the inhib otherwise. Let's grab tower. And we're good to go. Last item, I guess I'm just gonna go for a Guardian's Angel actually. I'll just take the Chains Vest, I don't mind. Having a lot of armor is very appreciated right here. We can go Stopwatch too, like there's nothing wrong with Stopwatch. I do think that Chains Vest right here is really nice into their team comp. Okay. We got teleport ready from Kale. This should be enough for my teammates to win. GG. GG. Because like I tanked their full combo like from the whole enemy team. And if I die and take someone along with it, then Kale can just teleport mid and then they can just push mid and then just win the game. It's GG right now. That's not a chance. Vayne is dead. The support is also dead. Jax is in bot lane. Even if he was here, he couldn't do anything. Yep. GG. But yeah, this is Renekton top. Thanks so much for watching today's YouTube video. And I'll see you next time. Peace.